Hi guys, it's Family Focus Friday. I've had the opportunity this week to listen to the book Grit. Thank you, Clara Wilcox, for encouraging me to get onto it because I've been trying to read the book for a while. Clara Wilcox is a coach. Feel free to pop over to her Facebook page. She's great and doing lots of work for mums trying to get back into the workforce. She's really amazing, so take a look. Resilience. I really wanted today to talk about that whole ebb and flow of resilience. I really wanted to talk about the whole mental health issue that comes up in a lot of families with children with extra needs. Not all families at all, but a lot of families that I've worked with. I've had the privilege to support many through lots of very difficult times. And reading and listening to this book this week, it really made me start to think about the resilience element. You guys are the most resilient people I've ever had the privilege of meeting. Well, actually, I might add to that, your children are also one of the most resilient set of people I've ever worked with. They have to deal with a lot of pressure and a lot of stress every day, and they keep going. Most resilient. But the book got me thinking about your goals are making sure that your children are, achieving the best that they can, accessing the best things that they can, getting the right diagnoses, all of these things. And then it really reminded me about the fact that I always used to say to my parents, it's okay, you don't have to fight now. You get to a point where you don't recognize that you're in the fight all the time because it's just the mode that you've always been in. And that fight mode continues. It continues when the small thing happens. It continues for the big things in terms of the settings. And it's always been something that I've been really mindful of with the families that I've worked with. And today I just really wanted to talk about the fact that it's okay to not fight. And it doesn't feel like it, because every day you might be thinking about the provision that your child is in or not in. You might be thinking about the diagnosis that may or may not happen. You may be thinking about, the emotional response of your children and how that's making them feel every day. And all of that is energy and focus and resilience towards your very goal of ensuring that your children get the best outcomes possible at the other end. But there's got to be an ebb and there's got to be a flow to your resilience. Moms, dads, you've got to find a moment where you can down tools, that you advance a line and say, actually today I've done as much as I possibly can. This week I have done as much as I possibly can. This is a marathon that you're running. It's not a sprint. And so recognizing that you've got to really pace yourself in this journey that we have with our children is something that I know that I've not really got right straight away, because I'm like, okay, early years, we need to get all of this in place. He needs this and he needs that and he needs to get this, can't miss the window. Well, actually, we've got to think about a little bit more around, actually, he or she has got this long journey ahead of them and we're there for it. And so we've got to give ourselves a chance to be more flexible with our fight. Many times I think I've explained it to parents like this: we can either be a plane of glass or we can be a plane of perspex. Both of them have very similar approaches, very similar purposes, can see through, can be used for similar things. However, on a pane of glass, if you hit it at the wrong spot, it will all crumble. It will all break. A perspex, because of that little bit more flexibility, that little bit more ebb and flow, can actually be quite sturdy in some of the most difficult circumstances. So give yourself the permission to be perspex. It may not be as shiny and it may not be as transparent all the time, but it's going to give you the opportunity to have your ebb and your flow your down days, your good days, to fight the fight in a way that's not going to leave you vulnerable to the next hit in the wrong place. I really wanted to touch on this mental health issue for a while, and just thinking about resilience this week has helped me to bring it to you, but I think I might have to do another one, because I think our families are in stressful times, and I know there's no services, there's not a lot of services, not a lot of high quality services that can support you through it. So give yourself permission. Be your best advocate for you as well as your child, because you are the bedrock. So have an amazing weekend thinking about nothing, giving yourself the ebb. Next week, think about, if I think about schools, if I'm calling schools 2 or 3 days a week, let me just call them once. Let me give myself a chance in this long haul and this long journey that I have in front of me. You're doing an amazing job. You are the most resilient people I've ever had the privilege of working with. So keep it up.